Have you noticed changes in your vision lately? Maybe things seem a little blurrier than they used to, especially when you try to read the morning paper. Or perhaps your eyes feel dry, gritty, almost like there's sand in them when you wake up. You might even be seeing those frustrating dark circles appearing more often. These are common experiences, especially for those of us over 50. And maybe you've just accepted them, thinking, well, that's just part of getting older, isn't it? You might even worry about what's next. Cataracts looming on the horizon, or perhaps a concerning diagnosis like glaucoma. It's easy to feel like declining eye health is simply inevitable. But what if I told you that some of these common assumptions might be wrong? What if some of those frustrating changes aren't unavoidable destiny, but rather signals from your body? And what if there was a surprisingly simple, natural approach you could explore, right from your own home, that might help soothe irritation, support comfort, and potentially address some of those early warning signs without harsh side effects? Today, we're going to talk about something you might have dismissed: castor oil. Now, before you click away thinking this is just some old wives' tale or something your grandmother kept in the back of the medicine cabinet, I urge you to stay with me. Because the truth about castor oil, particularly its unique properties, might genuinely surprise you. This isn't just any oil. Castor oil has a very specific molecular structure, rich in something called ricinoleic acid, which allows it to penetrate deeper into your skin and tissues than many other substances. Think about that for a moment. It doesn't just sit on the surface. It has the potential to work with your body on a deeper level. But before we dive deep into how this works, I'd love to know, where are you tuning in from today? Let me know in the comments below. And as we go through this, if any questions pop into your head, don't hesitate to ask. If you find this information valuable, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell. You won't want to miss the health insights we share here. So, this deeper penetration, why does it matter? Especially for your eyes. It means castor oil might be able to help gently reduce underlying inflammation, soothe irritation, and support your body's natural healing processes from within. We're going to explore how it might help with eye comfort, dryness, maybe even those early cloudy signs of cataracts. We'll look at how to use it safely and effectively for vision health. And stick around, because the potential benefits don't stop at your eyes. We'll also touch upon how this same oil, used differently, might support other areas often challenging after 50. Things like digestion, joint comfort, maybe even hormonal balance. My goal is that by the end of our chat today, you'll have a clear understanding of how you might incorporate castor oil in ways that are gentle, practical, and potentially restorative. Are you ready to look at eye health and maybe your own wellness routine from a potentially new angle? Type 1 in the comments if you're curious, 0 if you're still skeptical. The unspoken strain. Why are our eyes aging faster? Let's first address the elephant in the room: the aging process and our eyes. It's true, our eyes do change naturally over time. The lens might become less flexible. Focusing can take a bit longer. But is the rate at which many people experience decline truly normal? Or is something else accelerating the process? What many people don't fully grasp is the profound impact our modern lifestyle has on our eyes. Think about your eye muscles. You essentially have two sets, one for close-up work and one for distance vision. Now, consider your typical day. How much time is spent staring at screens? Smartphones, tablets, laptops, TVs. They demand constant close-range focus. Our eyes simply weren't designed for this relentless, hours-long daily strain. We're constantly overworking those short-range muscles while the long-range ones barely get a workout. This chronic imbalance creates significant strain and fatigue. It's not just about feeling tired eyes at the end of the day, it's potentially contributing to longer-term issues. Could this be one reason we're seeing things like dry eye syndrome, earlier onset cataracts, and general vision decline becoming so prevalent, sometimes even in people in their 30s and 40s? It's a question worth asking. How many hours a day do you estimate you spend looking at screens? Share your guess in the comments. No judgment, just awareness. And here's something else many overlook: the connection between mental fatigue and eye strain. When your brain is tired, especially late at night, your eye's ability to cope and recover diminishes significantly. Pushing yourself to do detailed work, reading small print, intricate hobbies, even driving in the dark, when you're mentally drained, might actually be doing more harm than good. Your eyes struggle to perform their usual restorative processes under these conditions. But here's a fascinating flip side. Engaging in those same detailed tasks in the morning when your mind is fresh might actually strengthen your visual acuity. Isn't that interesting? The very activity that harms your eyes when you're tired could benefit them when you're alert. So, maybe shift those tasks like reading, puzzles, or bill paying to earlier in the day. It's a simple change, but your eyes might thank you. Another crucial habit? Give your long-range muscles some love. Especially if you work at a computer, make it a point to look away every hour or so. Find something distant outside, a tree, a cloud, a building far away, and just focus on it for a minute or two. This simple practice provides vital stimulation for those neglected distance muscles. Okay, so we understand the strain, the impact of fatigue, the importance of balancing focus. But what about the dryness? What about those cloudy spots starting to form? This is where the potential of something like castor oil comes into the picture, offering a different kind of support. Let's explore that now. Castor oil, nature's penetrating soother? So let's talk about castor oil itself. As I mentioned, its unique power lies in its composition, particularly its high concentration of ricinoleic acid. This fatty acid has a molecular weight and structure that allows it to penetrate the skin's outer layer more effectively than many other oils. Think about typical eye drops or creams. They often provide surface relief, which is helpful, but they may not address deeper issues like underlying inflammation. Because castor oil can penetrate more deeply, it has the potential to work where the irritation might actually be originating. This isn't just about moisturizing the surface, it's about potentially influencing the tissue environment beneath. This deep penetrating, potentially anti-inflammatory action is likely why it's been used historically for such a wide range of complaints, from joint discomfort to digestive support, and yes, for eye health. It's not magic, it's chemistry working with biology. How might castor oil help your eyes? Let's get specific about how this might translate to eye comfort, particularly for common age-related concerns. 1. Hydrating the delicate eye area. The skin around our eyes, especially the eyelids and under-eye area, is incredibly thin and sensitive. As we age, it naturally loses collagen and moisture, becoming drier and more prone to fine lines and irritation. Gently applying a tiny amount of castor oil to the eyelids can act as a powerful emollient, softening the skin, potentially reducing the appearance of fine lines, and combating that frustrating overnight dryness many experience. Imagine waking up with eyes that feel more comfortable and less gritty. 2. Soothing underlying inflammation. Many common eye issues, persistent dryness, redness, puffiness, even the early stages of conditions like blepharitis or potentially cataracts, are linked to chronic, low-grade inflammation. Ricinoleic acid, the star component of castor oil, has demonstrated anti-inflammatory properties in various studies. By penetrating the skin, it might help calm this underlying irritation, promoting a more comfortable and healthier eye environment. Have you struggled with persistent eye redness or puffiness? Let me know with a yes or no in the comments. Supporting lens clarity. Now, this is an area where we need to be cautious but optimistic. Cataracts involve the clouding of the eye's lens. While castor oil is absolutely not a proven cure or replacement for medical treatment or surgery for advanced cataracts, there's intriguing anecdotal evidence and some plausible mechanisms suggesting it might help support lens health in the very early stages. How? Possibly through its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects, potentially helping to combat the oxidative stress that contributes to lens clouding. Some people report that consistent, careful application along the lash line seems to slow the progression or even slightly improve clarity in early formations. The competitor's video mentioned a woman whose early cataracts reportedly didn't progress after using castor oil nightly. These stories are compelling, but it's crucial to understand they are individual experiences. What works for one person may not work for another, and it should never replace professional medical advice or prescribed treatments. Think of it as potentially supportive, creating a better environment for the eye, rather than a direct dissolver of cataracts. We're aiming for gentle support, not miracle cures. The idea isn't usually to put drops directly into the eye unless specifically guided by a knowledgeable practitioner. For general support, the common method is applying a tiny drop along the closed eyelid or lash line, allowing the oil's properties to be absorbed through the skin and potentially reach the eye surface via the lashes and tear film overnight. Let's be crystal clear. This isn't about making wild claims or encouraging anyone to abandon their doctor's advice. It's about exploring a gentle, natural option that has a long history of use and a plausible scientific basis for its effects. Castor oil doesn't force anything. It potentially creates conditions where the body can better initiate its own healing and balancing processes, gradually, gently, naturally. And perhaps that's its greatest strength. It's not a quick fix. It's a practice of consistent, gentle care. Your first step. Simple, gentle application. So, how do you start if you're curious? Begin incredibly simply. Choose your oil. Look for a high-quality, cold-pressed, hexane-free castor oil. Organic is great, but the key is purity, often found in a dark glass bottle. Patch test. Before putting it near your eyes, dab a tiny amount on your inner wrist or elbow. Wait 24 hours to ensure you don't have a skin reaction. Nightly ritual. Before bed, wash your hands and face thoroughly. Dip a clean fingertip into the oil, getting just a tiny amount. Think less than a single drop for both eyes initially. Gentle application. Close your eyes. Gently rub the oil along your upper lash line, right where the lashes meet the eyelid. Or gently massage that tiny drop over the entire closed eyelid. Avoid getting it directly in the eye unless using a specific sterile preparation and under guidance. That's it. No rubbing, no irritation. Let the oil absorb overnight. With consistent use over weeks or months, you might start noticing your eyes feel more comfortable in the morning, less dry, less irritated. And a bonus? You're also nourishing that delicate eyelid skin. Those fatty acids in castor oil can help support skin elasticity and hydration, potentially reducing the appearance of fine lines and puffiness over time. You get eye comfort and a mini beauty treatment in one. But what if castor oil's potential goes beyond just your eyes? What if this simple oil could be a key player in your overall wellness toolkit, especially after 50? Let's broaden our view. Beyond the eyes. Castor oil for whole body wellness for 50. Once people experience the gentle, soothing effects of castor oil, perhaps around their eyes, they often wonder, what else can this do? And the answer is potentially quite a lot, especially for common concerns that arise as we age. Let's explore a few areas where castor oil packs, used externally, might offer support. 1. Digestive harmony. Let's face it, digestion can become more sluggish as we get older. Occasional constipation, bloating, that heavy feeling after meals sound familiar. Many reach for laxatives or fiber supplements, but these often provide only temporary relief and don't address potential underlying issues like inflammation or reduced bowel motility. Enter the castor oil pack or compress. This involves applying castor oil-soaked cloth to the abdomen. How might this help? The oil's ability to penetrate, combined with gentle warmth, is thought to soothe inflammation, calm irritation in the intestinal lining, stimulate lymphatic flow, help move waste and reduce congestion in the gut-associated lymphoid tissue, gently encourage motility. Some believe it stimulates the smooth muscles of the intestines, promoting more regular movement without the harshness of stimulant laxatives. The competitor's video mentioned someone with IBS finding relief. While IBS is complex and requires proper medical management, this illustrates how supporting the body's natural processes through reduced inflammation and gentle stimulation might contribute to greater comfort and regularity for some individuals. It's about working with your system. Have you ever tried a castor oil pack for digestion or other issues? Share your experience in the comments. 1. Hormonal balance and female wellness. Hormonal shifts, especially during and after menopause, can bring a host of challenges. Fatigue, mood swings, sleep disturbances, sometimes issues like fibroids or cysts. While castor oil isn't a hormone replacement, applying packs over the lower abdomen is traditionally believed to support wellness in this area. How? Supporting lymphatic drainage. The lymphatic system plays a key role in detoxification. Congestion here can impact hormonal balance. Castor oil packs may help encourage lymphatic flow in the pelvic region. Reducing inflammation. Inflammation can exacerbate hormonal symptoms and contribute to conditions like fibroids. Promoting relaxation. The ritual of applying a warm pack can reduce stress, which has a significant impact on hormone levels. The story shared about the fibroid shrinking is powerful, but again, it's one anecdote. Fibroids have complex causes. However, it highlights how consistent, natural support aimed at reducing inflammation and aiding detoxification might play a role alongside conventional care or lifestyle changes. It's about creating a healthier internal environment. 1. Joint comfort and inflammation. A sore knee, a stiff shoulder, arthritic hands, joint pain is incredibly common over 50, and inflammation is almost always the culprit. Because castor oil can penetrate deeply and has anti-inflammatory properties, applying it directly or using packs over affected joints may offer significant relief for some. It can help soothe the inflammation, improve circulation to the area, and ease stiffness. I personally know people who swear by nightly castor oil massage or packs for managing arthritis pain, finding it allows for better mobility and less discomfort, especially in the morning. 2. Breast health and scar tissue. Castor oil is also sometimes used to support breast health, particularly for managing discomfort associated with fibrocystic breasts or post-surgical scar tissue. Applied gently, it's thought to help soften fibrous tissue, reduce inflammation, and improve the suppleness of scar tissue, potentially easing tightness and discomfort. The emotional release mentioned in the competitor's story is also significant. Nurturing touch can be incredibly healing after trauma or surgery. The key takeaway here is consistency. Whether for eyes, digestion, joints, or other areas, castor oil isn't a one-time fix. It works best as a regular practice, allowing its gentle effects to accumulate over time. 3 to 5 times a week for packs is a common starting point, or nightly gentle application for areas like eyelids or finger joints. Listen to your body and find a rhythm that works for you. How to create and use a castor oil pack. Okay, you've heard the potential benefits. Now, let's get practical. How do you actually make and use one of these castor oil packs? It's simpler than you might think. What you'll need: castor oil, high quality, cold-pressed, hexane-free. Cloth, several layers of clean, natural fabric like cotton flannel. Avoid synthetics. Size depends on the area you're treating. Plastic wrap bag, a piece larger than your cloth to act as a barrier. An old plastic grocery bag, cut open works. Old towel, to wrap around and secure the pack and provide extra insulation. Heating pad or hot water bottle, to enhance penetration, but body heat alone works too. Use low heat settings. Step by step. 1. Prepare the cloth. Fold your flannel into 3 to 4 layers. 2. Apply the oil. Drizzle castor oil onto the cloth, enough to saturate it, but not dripping. Start with maybe 1 to 2 tablespoons, adding more if needed. Spread it evenly. The cloth should look wet, but not soaked. 3. Position the pack. Place the oil-soaked cloth directly onto the skin over the area you want to treat. 4. Cover with plastic. Place the plastic barrier over the cloth. This is crucial to protect your clothes and bedding. Castor oil stains. 5. Secure and insulate. Wrap the old towel around the area to hold the pack snugly in place and keep it warm. You can use safety pins or just tuck it in. 6. Apply gentle heat. If using, place the heating pad or warm water bottle over the towel. 7. Relax. Leave the pack on for at least 45-60 minutes. Many people leave it on for 1.5-2 hours while resting, reading, or watching TV. Some even sleep with it on. 8. Remove and cleanse. After your session, remove the pack. You can wipe excess oil off your skin with a cloth dampened with a baking soda/water solution, or just massage it in, or shower. Storing your pack. You don't need a new cloth each time. Fold the oily cloth, place it in a Ziploc bag or glass container, and store it in a cool, dark place. Before the next use, you may only need to add a little more oil. Replace the cloth pack every month or 2, or if it changes color or odor. Important safety considerations and choosing your oil while generally safe for external use. Remember, never take castor oil internally unless specifically directed by a qualified healthcare provider aware of your full health history. It's a potent laxative and can cause severe cramping and dehydration. Avoid packs during pregnancy, or heavy menstruation. Don't apply to broken or irritated skin or open wounds. Always do a patch test first to rule out allergic reactions. Listen to your body. If you experience discomfort, stop. It should feel soothing. Choosing the oil, look for cold-pressed, hexane-free, and ideally organic castor oil in a dark glass bottle to protect it from light damage. Both clear/pale yellow and the darker Jamaican black castor oil are effective. You don't need the most expensive brand. A reputable, pure source is key. Healing is a journey, not a race. We've covered a lot today, from understanding the strain on our aging eyes to exploring the potential of castor oil, not just for eye comfort, but for broader wellness. We've looked at practical application and safety. If you've stayed with me this long, thank you. It shows you're invested in your health and open to exploring different avenues. Type 1 in the comments if you learned something new or found this perspective helpful today. Type O if it wasn't quite for you. Your feedback truly helps. The main message I hope you take away is one of hope and empowerment. Healing, especially with natural approaches, is often a quiet, gradual process. It's not always about dramatic interventions. Sometimes, it's about consistent, gentle support. A drop of oil, a warm compress, a daily commitment to self-care. I've heard stories from people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, who thought aches, pains, or declining vision were just things they had to live with. But when they started giving their body consistent, gentle support, like with castor oil, they began to feel shifts, maybe less stiffness, more comfort, better sleep, or just a renewed sense of connection with their own body's ability to find balance. Remember, your body hasn't given up. It's always striving for equilibrium. Sometimes it just needs the right conditions and consistent support. Castor oil won't force healing, but it might gently, patiently nudge your body in the right direction. So the final question isn't just, will castor oil work for me, but am I willing to be patient and consistent with my self-care? Whether you start tonight with that tiny drop on your eyelid, or tomorrow with a compress on a stiff joint, I hope it becomes more than just a task. I hope it becomes a moment to pause, breathe, and acknowledge that you are worth taking care of. If this video resonated with you, if it sparked curiosity or offered a new perspective, please give it a like. It helps others find this information. Consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss future discussions on holistic health. Now, I'd love to hear from you one last time. What's one thing you're taking away from this discussion? Or what area might you consider exploring castor oil for? Your eyes? Digestion? A particular joint? Share your thoughts below. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Prioritize your well-being. Be patient with your body. And remember that healing is always possible, one gentle step at a time.